Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel and to Way Back When Wednesday. I'm thinking about changing the name just to Way Back When. I've had so much trouble uploading videos that uh, it's not always Wednesday that I make it on. But that's what I'm headed for this time again. I'm going to try this week too. um, this picture is of my great aunt. She was born in 1900. So this layout, the picture is from the 1920s, and that's her fella. His name is Albert, and um, they like to party. When I bought those Anna Griffin, um, well, it's for cards. It's for embellishments for cards, die cuts for cards, and I, was thinking fishing and hunting because it's supposed to be for masculine cards, and I seen this sheet that it had these alcohol pieces on there. And I thought, I have no clue who I'd give a card to with those on there. And I pulled this picture out and it hit me. I could use them on this. She does have a bottle in her hand. And so, yeah, I am using them on this one. They like to party. She met him and he liked to party. So that's where their dates ended up being. He's the one taught her the Charleston. He played the guitar. She played the piano. Well, she played the piano by ear. I don't know if he played the guitar by ear or not. But they liked all things partying. And by the time I was born and, met her and everything, uh, she had settled down a whole lot. But she'd tell me stories every now and then. Most of the time, her stories were when she was a teenager and her nice, calm dates, pulling taffy, um, looking at, albums, picture albums, with her fellow, whatever fellow she had back then, and taking walks, doing different things, that was nice, calm little dates. There wasn't really nothing fancy to go to the way she talked back then. Doing cooking in the kitchen was what really I think about the wildest thing besides maybe a picnic. But roaring 20s came along and she said they went to clubs. She didn't say night clubs or anything like that. She called them clubs. And she learned to do the Charleston and she loved to dance. By the time I was born, she had had a stroke several years before then, and ended up handicapped. She was on crutches when I was little, but I'm sure by the time I was 7 or 8, maybe a little bit older, she was in a wheelchair. But she would talk about her dancing years. Anyway, Albert, her and him got married, divorced, married again, divorced again. And they were still friends years later. But yeah, they had a whole decade of partying. She said the stock market crashed in 1929 and the partying was over. And look, I laid that on my picture. Instead of trying to get it off, I tried to rub it a little bit and then I thought, I'll just cover it up. Where I was going to put that flask on the right hand side, I'm putting it on the left hand side instead. And I think those are spritzer bottles back there. I'm not 100% sure. I don't drink, so I don't know. But I think I've seen something like that on TV, and they're spritzer bottles. And of course, that one there is looks like a bottle of gin or something. I don't know. We'll call it a bottle of gin though. And the paper that I am putting there, it's vellum and it's got definitions on it. And one is journey, one is cheers, which I figure drinking the bottles and everything, cheers, memory, and celebrate. So I was trying to get different things that would go with the title that I'm going to put on here. And since their car is like a 1920s car, I wanted to put one up here that, in the distance, since it wasn't to scale with those gigantic bottles. I wanted it back there in the distance, but I wanted it on there because I've had a long time and haven't used it. And I thought, this is a great page to use it on. It don't look 100% like what theirs does. Theirs has got like a little scoop coming off the top of the windshield, and this one don't, but I think it's close enough. My title, I'm using gold because, I was thinking party, and I knew I had this chipboard party. I wanted the title, because I've already used Roaring Twenties. I thought, that would have been great for this, but I didn't want to use it twice if I could keep from it. So I was thinking about what could I do, and I finally decided on the decade-long party, because when she talked about it, and her husband wasn't around. Uncle Esco was not around when she would talk about it. He would be outside or something, and she would tell me different things that they did. But it was, the whole 1920s. But she said life completely changed after the stock market crashed and the Great Depression came, and it was hard to even get by at the time. It's hard to get food. They had ration books, and everything was rationed, and they were lucky to even have the money to buy the food that they were rationed with. So it was a complete different life after that. And by then they all grew up, and she married my Uncle Esco in 1937. So, yeah, her whole life changed then. He was a Pentecostal preacher, and she played the piano in church, and he preached. So her life turned around big time. Here, instead of using the S, I'd seen all those S's up there, but I thought, how many times do I have an 8 left over? And I do use the S's. I'm just going to take a minute and trim the 8 down and make it into an S, so it says the 1920s down there. I am going to add, I'm adding one more piece here. This one's the one that says celebrate. And then I'm going to add a label that says Ida and Albert on it. And on the back, I'm going to go ahead and put some more information, same stuff I told you. And like I said, my kids know to look on the back of the layouts if they're curious that there's more. But yeah, I just thought I wouldn't even try to put all that on the front. The sequins I'm using, most of them, well, these aren't actually sequins. I think they are confetti that you put out like for a party. I think that's what they were, the stars anyway. And then there is a few sequins in there. Most of them are the same size, but then there was a couple that's different. And I thought for sure I had more sequins that were gold. I must not have put them up correctly. I probably put them away with a collection instead of putting them back in the little case that holds the sequins. But that's it. That's my layout. I'm done. And I'm so glad y'all took time to be with me today and check out my layout for way back when. And notice I stopped there. I didn't say Wednesday. And if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. Hopefully I'll have internet. Hopefully I'll get this up. And if you like the video, hit a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who are, thank you so much. But yeah, there's the flask. And I did put it up on foam tape. And I covered up the messed up place from the adhesive sticking to it. And there's the sticker for the car. And it looks like it's sketched. I mean, it even has little pencil marks and everything from the sketching for that sticker. And of course, there's the spritzers, I think, and is it canteen? Oh, it's called something. That bottle there, it is called something. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout. But thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope you have a happy, scrappy week, and for you all to take care. Bye.